Hello and welcome. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing the Torvo TD3 Dashcam. That's this bad boy right here. We're going to be talking about the importance of why you should have a dashcam inside your vehicle. We're going to be unboxing it. We're going to be talking about the features that it offers, its pros and cons, and I'm not going to cover on how to install it because every vehicle is different. But at the end of the day, I think that once you have it in your hands, it's all about hiding those wires, especially the one wire that runs from the front to the back. That's right, because it does bring a rear camera as well. And if you stick around till the end of this video, I have a surprise for you. So if you're in the market for shopping for a brand new 4K dash cam, you may want to watch this. Let's find out together what it has to offer. Now, for full disclosure, Torvo did reach out to me. I'm not biased towards any company. So I told them I will only review your camera if you let me tell my viewers my honest, genuine opinion. So that's what I'll be doing in this video. I'll be including footage from this camera during the day, during the night, and I'm also going to be including footage of my current dash cam that I have in my vehicle right now, because that's right, I've had a camera for over 5 years now, and thank God it's worked real well, and I've never had to use it. And we'll talk about what I mean by that in a little bit. So now, without further ado, let's grab the camera, let's start unboxing this, and let's start talking about it. All right, so let's start with the unboxing. So we have the user's manual, and what is this? I guess these are just quick instructions and maybe a template. I'm not sure what that is yet. And here's the camera. So I'm liking this widescreen. Okay. So it does come with a small little pry tool, and this is used for you to pull the gaps and between the panels inside the car so you could tuck in the wire. And this is your power wire for your power adapter. It goes into your front power outlet or wherever you want to attach it in your car. And here's the rear dash cam. Now it does include the 3M adhesive tape, and this one also includes a 3M adhesive tape. As you can see, it also includes a micro SD card, and it's a 64 gigabyte card. Now this could go up to 256, and that's as per the specifications on the website. I will drop the website link in the description box so that you can go ahead and click and order it from there. It'll ship to you via Amazon. So let's go over the specifications while we're in that subject. So this is a 4K front camera. The exact pixel is not listed in their site, so I don't know what to tell you as far as if it's like, I know the one that I have, I currently own a VIOFO A129. That one has a good resolution and it's 3840 by 2160. I'm not sure if you know what that means, but this one pretty much does not list it on their website. The rear camera, however, is a 1080p. The screen size is 3.2 inches. It does have a 5G Wi-Fi and GPS built in. It does say that it has a 24-hour parking mode. Now, there are some cameras out there that have parking mode, and what this means is that when you hook it up to the actual battery of the car or some kind of source voltage of the car, the camera will activate as soon as it senses some kind of impact, and it'll record whatever it is that it's surrounding its field of view. So as far as what we could see here, I mean, the material of the camera is pretty standard. It doesn't say how long the power outlet is. And this is actually quite longer if you were driving in a van or maybe a large SUV. I don't think you'll be lacking on length of the wire. So as you can see in this little box, we have what's necessary to do this install. Now let's talk about what this camera is and who is it for mainly. Now there could be a certain type of camera different than this one that you're looking for, whereas like you have someone that does ride share such as Uber, Lyft, and they get passengers in the cars at all times. They want to go ahead and record inside the cabin, inside the vehicle. So there are dash cams out there like that. This is not that one. Honestly, I own a dash cam myself. And when I was looking for a dash cam, the main thing that I was looking for, and this was 5 years ago, and what I could say is that the 4K front camera is probably the best feature that you could look for in dash cam if you're out in the market shopping for one, because it's going to offer the best clarity when you're looking into maybe catching someone that perhaps hit you, hit and run, and they sped away. You want to catch that license plate. You want to catch those details, and 1080p just doesn't do that. These things are awesome because they do pair to your phone via an app, which we're going to be talking about and testing as well. But at the end of the day, you want to get those details so that in case you do have to submit a claim to your insurance or you have to prove something, that video is there and that video saves you. So what we're going to be doing right now is we're going to be installing this in the car, and this is just going to be a quick install, guys. I'm not going to run the wires and tuck them in through the headliner and all that, just because I already have a dash cam in there, and I think it's unnecessary for me to show. I think most people will be able to do this themselves. So let's grab the camera. Let's go ahead and install the camera. Let's take a drive around and let's see what the video footage looks like. Now, this is my current dash cam right here. And as you can see, I have the wire going inside, tucked in right above the headliner. You can see the wire tucked in behind the trim panel. So you could do a real good job with that if you take your time. I actually ran mine through the A-pillar, then right around here. And then I got a rear camera as well in the back. So this is all about just taking your time and doing a nice wire tuck. All right, so I got the camera hooked up already. I placed it on the windshield and I placed the rear camera in my back rear window. So now let's turn on the ignition. I'm inside my garage, so I'm not going to turn on the whole car, but quickly let's just go through it. And as you can see, I have my regular dash cam, and then I have this new one, the Torvo one. You can see the difference in the screen. I think I'm liking the Torvo screen a lot better. In fact, I know I like it. It's really, really good. You can see the front dash cam, and then you can see the rear dash cam. Looks like I have a mess in the back, but there's a whole bunch of bikes. Anyways, I guess you could just see right there, as soon as I turn my car on, the camera came on by itself. It also has a power button over here. And on the top, it has 4 buttons. It looks like it's system settings. You could turn on and off the Wi-Fi. And what I mean by Wi-Fi is like when you turn it on, it'll connect to the Wi-Fi. Like it'll give a Wi-Fi signal, and then you use your phone to connect to that Wi-Fi. And that's how you're going to be able to access the footage of the SD card. It's got another button for adjustments, you know, to select up and down, I believe. And then the other one is just it says OK on it. So I'm sure it's to select whatever you select or whatever you point at, and you press OK, and it'll do that. So now I want to try something. This is the rear camera, and if I disconnect the rear camera from here, what would happen to the screen? Does this one just expand all the way, or does it keep it in the left? Does it make it in the center? Let's try that out right now. Okay, and that's one thing that you should be aware of if you just don't want to have a rear camera, though it does come with it, so I don't know why you wouldn't. But in case you don't want to, then the screen just makes it so that it's a wide angle view. And here we go. So now I'm just looking at the rear camera. So how do I get both of them as I had them before? Okay, there's definitely a lot of options here to go through. So let's start at the beginning. 4K resolution, yes, that's what I want. Loop recording 1 minute. Let's go ahead and see what do we have as an option here. So let's press OK, and then we have 1 minute, 2 minutes. So Let's just do 3 minutes. All right, so you can see here that I'm back to my front dash cam, and if I want to see my rear dash cam, then I just press that second button over here. There we go. I like that better. Actually, let's just keep it on the front dash cam. And let's go ahead and take it for a drive and record some actual footage and see how this footage looks like on the video.
Alright guys, so in this next section of the video, it's pretty long, it's about 8 minutes long, but I really want to include a lot of clips of when I drove around town, different times of the day, so that you could take a look at it for yourself. So we're starting off here with, on the left side of the screen we have the Torvo Dashcam, and on the right side is my VIOFO camera. Now you can see it for yourself. I'm driving and it's around 5:15ish in the afternoon, I believe. I'm driving west, so therefore you see the sun right in front. That's exactly what it looks like. I didn't alter any footage or anything. I try to sync both videos exactly at the same time, but I could be like 50 milliseconds off or so. But at the end of the day, you're seeing what both cameras were able to capture. What you want to do, and the reason why I wanted to include all this, is because I wanted you to judge the video for yourself. Take a good look out at objects in the road, see what you could pick up. Take a look at the road signs, take a look at the vehicle's license plates, take a real good look at everything, and just be able to make a decision for yourself. At the end of the day, I think having a camera is better than having no camera, but make sure you pick the best one. And I think with the Torvo, honestly, it's a clear choice. It does a really good job in my opinion. However, I am going to go ahead and just stop talking, let you watch the entire video, and then you can also see what the mic picks up as I stop talking, because it does a really good job of picking up road noise as well. Of course, that has to do a lot with what kind of vehicle you're driving as well. So I had all my windows closed, and this is what the mic picks up. Enjoy. Now, one more thing that I wanted to add is that I did cut off certain sections of the video clips off because, for example, on this, I was sitting at a traffic light for between 4 to 5 minutes, and I just didn't want to have the video standing still there. I wanted you to have actual footage of me driving and you seeing what the camera picks up out on the road. Also, the next two sessions are going to be just the Torvo TD3 Dashcam footage, not the VIOFO. This first section is just the comparison of them two.
guys, so here are my final thoughts. And just like with everything else in life, it's all about what you get for the money that you pay. So I think that the Torvo TD3 Dashcam, it did deliver. It's a very good camera. I do give it a very good rating. It's a 4K dashcam. It includes a 1080p rear camera. It also includes a micro SD card like we talked about in the beginning, but I honestly suggest that if you're gonna keep this for the long term, do replace that card with a high endurance one. And here's why. Loop recording tends to, well, loop recording, what it does is it records on top of old footage. So when you're recording on top of old footage, that's being rewritten and rewritten and rewritten, and it wears out the card a lot fast. Therefore, if it's 4K footage, these are large files. So you're best getting on a high endurance card. And honestly, that's what I would do. I would even upgrade it to 256 gigabytes. I will link one down in the description if you're interested. And aside from that, I like the fact that it offers GPS tracking. And should you access the footage later and you need to know what roads you were in, it'll show exactly what roads, what highways, streets, whatever. Speaking of that, the speedometer, which is the speed tracking, that is also pretty accurate. It'll show you how fast you were going on whatever road. Should you be able to access that footage later, or should you need to, it'll show you how fast you were going, and that's worth a lot. Now, when I did access the footage on my phone, it was very easy through the app. It's very easy to download through the App Store if you have an iPhone, or if you use an Android phone, the Google Play Store, that's also available as well. But I like the user-friendly app. It's very easy to use. The settings are all there. It's actually easy to navigate in this thing. It's not very hard from here, but it does feel like it's a little laggy. It's actually much easier using it through my phone or whatever phone you're gonna use. Aside from that, the 4K footage is real 4K. I did take that micro SD card, popped it on my computer, and I was able to see that it's real 4K footage. It's 3860 by 2160. Now, the one thing I should note, and that I'm not real convinced on because I wasn't able to test it, is that it does offer the feature of 24-hour parking. And what that is that when you have your car turned off and you're away from the car, if the camera senses through its G sensor some kind of force, some kind of push, some kind of impact, it'll turn on and it'll immediately start recording footage. Now, that's only available as the camera is on. I think that Torvo needs to clarify this on how exactly that works, because it could be misleading to some buyers. Some people may think that there's a battery built in here, which there's not. It needs to be connected to the battery of the car in order to get power. I think that this needs clarification, and in order to test this 24-hour parking feature, you do need an optional hardware kit that you need to get, and I will link one in the description box below. But basically what it does, it connects to your battery and makes sure that the camera has power at all times. And then when the car is bumped and senses an impact, the camera will catch it, and then it'll start recording, and then you get to see footage of what bumped the car or what happened. So this kit alone will sense when the battery voltage is high or low, and depending on how low the battery is, then it'll just make the camera not work. But this needs to be clarified a little bit again from Torvo. Other than that, I think that for the money you're paying for this, right now this retails for under $100. And truthfully, the fact that you're getting a rear camera and a 4K camera on the front, it's awesome. I think it's great. Yeah, they could have added a 1440p for the rear camera, but then again, you're getting this for less than $100. I think that they would have added that, this price would have went up. And quite honestly, I've seen the price on this camera in the past few weeks gone down. I don't know how long that's going to last for, but if I were you, I would grab one. So with that being said, I honestly would recommend this camera to someone that's looking to get the best footage out there for under $100. Can't go wrong. It supplies a micro SD card. Just remember, replace it if you're planning on keeping it for a long time. Again, I'm not in any partnership with Torvo. They did send this out to me. So this was my honest review of the Torvo TD3 Dashcam. Now, at the beginning of the video, I did announce that we'll have a surprise for you. And that is, why am I holding this camera in my hand right now and it's not stuck to the windshield of the car? Well, that is because there's another camera that I've had for a while and it's working just fine. So therefore, I don't need this. So you could be needing this. And what you could do in order to win it is click the like button, subscribe if you haven't, go check out my brand new Facebook page and follow me there, as well as leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think about the Torvo TD3 Dashcam. On December the 1st, I'll be announcing the new winner, and once we get in touch, I'll be shipping this out to you completely free anywhere in the 50 states. All right, guys, I hope this was informative. I hope you learned something new. If you like it, consider giving a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing to the channel. Check out some of my other videos, and thank you for educating yourself and making progress. Best to you.